Hey, how's it going? And today I'm going to show you how to create this graphical timer. Here it says time remaining, and this is set for 30 seconds. And not only does it decrease as time runs out, but it's also changing colors. So it's going to get redder and redder toward the end. And then time is up. See how it's changing colors now? And then it gives a message, the game is over. And that's it. So this isn't very hard to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a new project. We'll do a first person template and we'll go create, and it just takes a minute to load up. I like these graphical timers better than the numeric timers. It just seems like it's less, I don't know, it seems less stressful, and it kind of just lets the person know, time's wasting, and I don't know, I just think it looks better. Okay, so to start, we're just going to go ahead and go user interface widget, and we're going to just call this my widget so I know what it is, and I'm just going to double click into it, and I'll go ahead and dock this for right now. And we just need a couple things here. We're just going to get a canvas panel and drag that onto the scene. We're going to get some text, drag that over here, and we're just going to put time remaining, and we can size that to fit. And the last thing we need is just, of course, the progress bar, which is really handy. And then just drag it out here, however long you want it, really. It's kind of cool. So we have that there. And then we can change this color if we want. It doesn't really matter, but we can just change it to green to start. I think green's a good color to start with. Okay, and then we'll change the percent here to 1. Okay, and that's what it's going to look like. So the only other thing we're going to do, because we're going to do a property binding, and I've done a whole tutorial about what that means exactly. But we're just going to come over here and drag off of here and cast to our BP first person character, and we're just going to go get player character. So right click, get player character, and drag that into here, and then just go ahead and we can promote that to a variable, and we'll leave it as BP first person character, and we're all done. So we'll come back here to do the property bindings, which are so simple to do. Now in here, we're just going to go into the first person blueprint, double click into here, and the first thing we're going to do is add our widget to the viewport. So we're just going to go create widget right there, and we're going to select my widget. And then we're just going to add it to the viewport. Add to viewport. And drag that into there. And that's it. So that displays our progress bar. Okay, so now we need to create one variable, and we're going to call this time. And that's going to be a float. And we can leave it private. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this with the timeline. So we're going to go add timeline. These are so functional, it's not even funny. We're going to double click into this, and we're going to make this 30 seconds, but you can make this as long as you want. If you wanted a minute, that'd be 60. If you wanted 5 minutes, that would be 150, just however long you want it to be. I'm just doing 30 seconds so you have time to see it. We have time to see it. And then we're just going to do a float track, and I'm just going to right click, add key. The time is going to be 0. The initial starting value is going to be 100%, so that's going to be a 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and right click, add, and the time is going to be 30, and the ending value is going to be 0. So if we look at this, basically it's going to start at 100% at 0, and then over 30 seconds it's going to drop to 0. And that will be our time function. So I can come into the event graph here, and we'll just go play from start, and then we're going to drag this over here and go set, And we'll be update. And the beauty of this is it's continually updated. So I call these mini ticks in a way, because they're like ticks, but they're just for a limited time. So, but it's playing constantly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to right click and make another timeline. We're going to go add timeline, and this is the one that's going to change colors. So I'll just call it color. And we don't want this to play from the start. We just want this to play, because otherwise it'll keep resetting itself. And for this one, we're just double clicking to here, and we'll get a track. It's going to be a color track, and we're going to set the time frame again to 30 seconds. Whoops, 30 seconds. And the starting color is, double clicking to here, it's going to be green. So just, that's it right there. And the ending color, we got to zoom out here a little bit and just drag this all the way down to the end right there. And this color, the time is going to be 30. The color here is going to be red. So just drag that up, drag those down, and then we got a nice red color there. And then you can adjust these if you want. These are just opacity tabs, but you could make it turn red a little bit sooner if you wanted, but we'll just leave it there for right now. So, and that's it. Compile and save that. And then what we're going to do, and this is not necessarily intuitive, but we're going to right click and promote that to a variable. We're going to call this, whoops, F2, I didn't get a chance to name it. I'm going to call this color 1, just so I'm clearer. And that is going to be an update. And that takes care of everything. Now, of course, what happens when we run out of time? Well, this is where we could implement some game logic. So what we could do is go press B on the keyboard and click. And what's our condition? Well, our condition is going to be when our time runs out. So when get time, when the time equals 0, right? When the time equals 0, then whatever, destroy the actor in the game, set off an explosion, whatever you want to do. But we're just going to print a string here, and this just prints one time, and we'll just go, the game is over, your time is up. And that's it. That's the whole function right there. It's really sweet and simple. I think it looks great. So let's see it in action. So we'll click play, and there's our time running. Oh, you know what? What am I thinking? We didn't bind him, so I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so we got to come into the graph here, and so we'll go to the percent here, bind property. We're going to bind that to the time, and then on the fill, we're going to bind this to the color. Now it'll work. So hit play. So now our time's running out, and it should start changing color too as it gets closer. I see it changing color now. It's getting more yellow. And like I said, you can have it turn a little bit red sooner, just adding a keyframe in there. But I think this is a lot better way to do it than a numeric timer. And then as soon as our time runs out, it should print string in the left corner. Yep, your time is up. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, and if it is helpful, I do appreciate people subscribing. It does encourage me to keep going forward. Anyway, take care, and I'll talk to you next time.